Food truck owners, designers, have you ever seen a logo that you couldn't even read from 10 feet away? Now that is a problem. Hard to read logos or overcomplicated logos can be a very big issue. I know when creating logos for food trucks, a lot of people like to implement as much as they can when it comes to their design. They want to implement food that they're creating, their name, bold typography, and a lot of other things. But not only is this not good, it does not help because it makes it illegible for the customer who is passing by. In this video, I'm going to dive a little bit deeper on what your logo needs to look like, not taking away from its boldness, but continue to make it readable and instantly recognizable, especially if you're in a crowd full of other food trucks or patrons. Now, when you see a food truck from across the street, or if you're scrolling on Instagram, the one thing you want to know, or the other people need to know, exactly who you are and what it is that you do. A bold logo can cut through the noise, but a cluttered logo can make it terrible. You need a logo that's going to grab your customers' attention, even in a busy environment, if you're in a festival or you're in a downtown area of your local city. So a common mistake a lot of people do, and a lot of food truck owners do, is they try to cram too many graphics into this tiny text, or they add overly complicated illustrations to their design. What people don't realize, and what food truck owners don't realize, is when you're creating these designs and you're creating these logos, it should be visible whether it's on a t-shirt or if it's on a billboard or the side of your truck, which is a rolling billboard. The best logos for food trucks are very simple. Think about it this way. If you got strong shapes, a clear font that's legible and readable from at least 10 feet away, and the design still works in black and white, then you're in business. I always create my designs and I always create my logos from sketch to black and white to color and then final production. Black and white gives you a clear indication as to how this logo can work and how it can be improved with color. Now, choosing bold typography like sans serifs, which I can get into more detail for those of you who don't understand the difference between serifs and sans serifs, but choosing bold typography or sans serifs can really make the wording in the logos pop. Avoid anything that's too heavy in script or cursive, or if it's too thin. You don't want anything that's too thin. From a distance, a thin line can be extremely hard to read, but from a distance, a bold cursive script font or typography can be a no-no. It disappears in a distance. Now, another thing you want to do is make sure that your logo is scalable. Your logo needs to look just as good as it does on the food truck wrap as it does on a t-shirt. If you can look at your food truck wrap, you can look at a t-shirt, a sticker, or your Instagram social media post, and it's on various scales of large to small or small to large, however you see it, and it still looks good, then you're on your way and you've got a great logo created. Now, a quick test that you can use for your logo is zoom out to like 10%. If you zoom out to like 10% on the screen and it's still legible and it still looks good, then you know it may be a keeper. But if you zoom out and it's 10% on the screen and you see it and it's hard to see, you're squinting, you may go ahead and start pinching to increase the size to see if you can see it a little bit better at maybe 15 or 20%. It may be time to make another choice and start over. By simply doing something like leaving it at the regular size and walking across the room and looking at it on the screen that way, if you're not zooming out during the 10% option, if it's still not quite as legible or as good as you would like it to be or visible, then I think it's time to redesign and try again. If you create a bold logo, then you basically create a bold brand. If you got a bold logo, you got a bold brand, that equals more foot traffic and more visibility. More visibility equals more sales. So again, just a quick recap on everything that we just discussed in this video. Bold images matter, but simplicity is key. Your right font choice could help you be seen from a far distance. So if this video has helped you, make sure you definitely hit that like button, and I'll see you in the next video with more food truck tips and ideas for business and branding.